Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start chapter 692 of Magic Emperor. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. The flying lion was Han Yunfeng's soul. Its wounds meant Han Yunfeng's soul wounds. It was such a heavy and sharp pain few could endure. Han Yunfeng was Demon Soul Sect's young sect leader, and defeating him would give him great merit back at the sect. Lu Xia was blinded by greed, so he did not follow in Qi Chonglong and by Lian's footsteps in fighting head-on. Victory and merit were worth more than anything. He would be willing to do anything as long as it would help his ascent. Lu Xia only laughed. Young Master Han, you're Demon Soul Sect's eldest young master, so I can't take your life, but you should know when to give. It's time for you to admit your defeat to me. This is as far as you go. Han Yunfeng's face twitched in pain, but he actually mocked Lu Xia. You don't deserve it. We'll just see about that. Lu Xia's face fell, and his sign changed. The thousands of tiny spiders charged for Han Yunfeng. Just then, Lu Xia shouted, and the tiny spiders exploded, breaking through the blue curtain and allowing the spiders behind them to advance. Han Yunfeng was now at his most dangerous. With a string of constant explosions, the barrier of light shrank more and more until it was gone. Lu Xia trapped his flying lion, and explosions also assaulted it. He was stuck, unable to neither attack nor defend. Han Yunfeng's face was heavy, feeling the sharp pain stinging his soul. He paled, and Lu Xia grinned as he changed his signs. Third young Master Han shouted, "Brother, just give up. You defeated 2 experts and are weary. It's no loss even if you concede. This isn't about reputation, but whether I can walk further on the path of cultivation." Han Yunfeng's eyelids shook, looking in Zhuo Yifan's direction. His eyes flashed and roared as his aura exploded once more. "Brother!" His brothers cried out in worry. "What's he up to?" Wu Qingqiu was startled, having a bad feeling. Soul burst. Han Yunfeng made a sign. The trapped flying lion wailed in pain and then exploded. Streams of blue light shot in all directions like a tidal wave. Everywhere and everything froze under a layer of blue crystals. Those spiders were about to explode again, but they froze immediately before shattering to dust. PFF. Lu Xia spat blood, looking at the light show slowly diminishing. This guy doesn't want to live anymore. Followed by a roar, a lion without wings burst out and came for him. The sudden impact caught Lu Xia off guard, knocking him flying, trailing blood behind him. This was not as light as before, with just his soul a little bit shaken up. This time his entire innards were crushed, and there was a high chance his body was ruined. "Young Master Han, why did you do that?" Watching the weak and frail lion lying on the ground since it struck Lu Xia, Wen Tao shook his head. "If I had known you were so obstinate, I wouldn't have said what I had. Seeing you fall in such a plight feels like I harmed you myself." Putting the cart before the horse, Yan Emo watched from above with a sullen look. He was angry, but not at the result, and more about his inability to fight. Didn't he challenge Zhuo Yifan so he could go further down the path of cultivation? Now that his soul is crippled, what was the point? Wu Qingqiu nodded, lamenting at the pity. Only Yilin disdained, looking at the lion in admiration. "What do you, ignorant youngsters, know? The soul is important, but the damage isn't permanent, just somewhat annoying. If my guess is right, Double Dragon Manor, Zhuo Yifan, and even me can all heal him. But the step he had taken today shall carry him for miles. The road of cultivation is fraught with obstacles. If one knows every effort was useless and stopped, that is as far as he went. But he has achieved his goal just because he chose to stake his life in this matter despite the obvious outcome. Even if he didn't get to fight with Zhuo Yifan, his heart has grown to new bounds." The two squinted, watching Yilin in shock. "Are soul wounds that meager anyone can heal? Double Dragon Manor, I get it, since they're the top in Western lands. But even you and Zhuo Yifan are such miracle workers." Yilin noticed their gazes, but said nothing. Tap. As the dust cleared, Han Yunfeng dragged his even more weary body, looking with a pale face at the bloody Lu Xia on the ground. "I won. This is the 3rd match." At Lu Xia's unreconciled face, Han Yunfeng grinned. Then he turned to Demon Scheming Sect, the next challenger. Goei, who walked forward. "It's my turn. Please instruct me." "Good, begin." Han Yunfeng strained to keep his body upright as he shouted. His lion also struggled to stand, roaring toward Guihu. Despite how exhausted he was, his battle spirit never waned. Guihu said nothing as he walked to Han Yunfeng. Han Yunfeng fixed him in his eyes. He knew well that there was no way he could fight an ethereal stage expert in the state he was in. But what amazed him was that Guihu had no killing intent, as if he was only walking over. Han Yunfeng frowned and snapped. "What's the meaning of this?" Guihu did not reply. As he reached him, under the watch of thousands of pairs of eyes, Guihu took Han Yunfeng's fist, struck his own chest with it 3 times, and then walked away. Startled, Han Yunfeng was stumped. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.